on Friday night.
Yep.
We got going out and stuff, so. But that class, there was not a little bit of reference. We get just figure out other shit.
Jesse, we got some weird, start off with that, got twisted ball, we're all kind of weird, kind of. And we managed to find my hand right his ankle was really thin, I think I'm going to straight ankle on. I just got to clear his leg, put my arm out of his. That's it. Here's a spot, I'm all like now. I do this, wow, fuck. Yep, so.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I got an extra appendage over there. Sorry about that. Yeah, both Jack, both Matt, both Gary, remember Gary from Lawrence?
Yeah.
He was there. I think that's all the actual goals I have.
Gotcha. Brendan there?
Yes, I will bring it.
Yep. Round up.
Yep. That's old fluff roof stuff. Shit, Bill and Matt just got it on the
Yeah, I think we got it in like a year.
Yeah.
Well, maybe not, maybe it was, I think he had gotten it and he came to a couple of those morning classes and they were just open classes with Josh on it. That might have been. Yeah, that was about a year.
Yeah, I can do some fun on it. I'm actually a video on it.
Yeah, because I think people were, someone, they were trying to.
Yeah.
I don't think I had ever seen that. That was like one of those mornings, one of the first times I met him.
Right.
I think it was just out of proportions. I've never seen it without purple.
Right. He's super chill to roll with, very knowledgeable. But he does have a foot switch. He hit my back one day, and I've been working for law enforcement. I started on law from well, they had my back. And I couldn't get it. I couldn't get far enough in for what I was looking for. It was too high. So I was grabbing the wrist, full wrist over, he popped out. Oh man, it's a straight aspirin after that. That was his foot switch. We're all finished, all said and done. You good? He said, yeah, I was like first box.
That's funny. I feel like a lot of them will go have that switch.
Yeah.
Because most of the time they don't have to like pour it on or
Yeah.
something. It's your jujitsu is better.
Yeah.
And sometimes if you catch a sweep or something that maybe they notice that. Alright.
Yeah.
That's it
Well,
for you.
that was that moment. It was I don't know what submissions he did. We were probably halfway through a round when that happened. So there's at least 4 submissions after that. Boom, 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 boom. Yep, tap, tap, tap. All right, John, what you learn?
What a race.
That's all good. My neck was not stiff at all.
Yeah.
I worried about it all day and felt a little there. I came tonight. I told guys that just, if you're going bow and arrow show, just go slow.
Yeah.
Time to bail out. Woke up yesterday morning.
Good. Hey, that's good.
All right, yeah.
Might have just been like, yeah, like just big crack here.
Yeah.
Something.
watched the video. It was ugly. That head was folded all the way over when it. Yeah. I think everything was set right. Is when I had it here. I went underneath and taped it down, and when I came up, instead of me to take it this way, he helped me and came back this way, and I pulled it flat and roll over this way.
Yeah, so you weren't ready for the wrong that side. Yeah, at least it's all good.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's like my neck is super irritating.
When that one happened, it felt like more than just my neck.
Yeah.
That was noisy. There's a lot of pop going on there. No. Alright, so what closed guard back takes are you comfortable with or mess with before?
From closed
Josh
guard?
would do that shit all the time, never fall down the rabbit hole.
Yeah, from closed, that's probably like either the only one that would be is climbing around.
Right.
But lately I haven't because I left like so if I end up getting this however in here. But then the struggle has been to get around.
Right.
So I usually try and reach. But people like this fight where you're trying to pull this back, it's tough. Like
Right.
to hold here. It's like
Right.
right now I feel like I need two hands. If I go one and if I keep climbing,
Right.
you can try and release it. I think you can get it out. Yeah, see? And you'll
That's
just
what I'm
keep
wondering.
yeah, and you'll just keep climbing. So
Right.
it's tough.
Right.
That's like the gist of what I gotta do.
So go back to it again. So one of the things I run with Josh, you run with?
Yeah.
That's what I run with Josh. From working with Matt. He made a point, you go through and you pull an arm really fucking forward, this up. So, you don't want to be here. You want to be way the hell out here. Now that flying
You're
goes
like
right.
keep this.
Right. And where you had set up, let's see. So we started with the 12.
Yeah.
They were working against the digital on track, so give me this way. We're going to a grip, my grip to the forward, new butt. Body line. That moves body line. This knee with the cross, but it's so far back, it should have been, you attack my ankles.
Yeah.
And it's flat. That's right, right, right. That kept, so trying to go the other way. This, then it was, you grab it to the lag, it'd be real fucking tough to hold it.
No. Can you get all the way around if I take like the pants with you and keep going? You're halfway.
No.
See, this is the hard part about it. I mean, you can slowly
Right.
working and feeling. Yeah, my elbow's trying, but I'm just gonna try and prevent, I guess, the back tape.
Right. I think if I can't go with the back tape, you had to do a power half, Nelson.
Okay.
So, right now. So yeah, if you can't catch it, then you can't set this something you want. I get here, sloppy off of here. Yeah.
Gotcha.
But you're absolutely right, fish my pants leg. That's gonna stop me the whole fucking thing up with a bunch.
Yeah, that leg up that you did.
I can't get my leg up fucking forward.
Gotcha. So get that to avoid the leg getting up.
Right.
I think that if you pull forward like you're saying, that would probably help the time.
I think time is a big part of it.
Yeah. Just getting that.
You're ready to get that hip up and around as high as you can get it.
Yeah.
Set the body lock.
I've seen like if you can, and this is out,
Right.
once you hit, your track or whatever,
then like almost just securing here
Right.
and fighting for
that, and that's definitely secure itself.
this, and then yeah. And while you hold, basically you just keep getting further and further in here.
Right.
And then you just piece by piece
Right.
just keep fighting. That grip just helps if you
Sure.
if the one pumps. If not, then you just take it back.
With a handful of light pull.
Yeah.
So it had the power half Nelson for taking. Another one was so you set up. So I let's break it out, start running around a little bit. If there's enough of posture here, take your left foot on my calf, on my left calf, and do stiletto sweep. Just like pushes me down. Picture roll. Yep.
Oh.
Yeah. And I don't remember the exact detail when you use that one. But the two we showed was the Alan Nelson and then one was stiletto sweep. Breaking down and turning.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty good. Maybe just get it out.
Right.
Yeah.
I can't climb up with the truck right here.
Yeah. Because that's been where I was saying. Lately, what I've, instead of like fighting, if I've got this here, then I've just gone
Right.
pendulum speed.
Sure.
Because once that arm's trapped, I know I can keep it trapped.
Right.
So,
What you gotta fold.
yeah, once I get it here, I never have to let go of like this. And then instead of having to climb and like risk my hips really, then I just reach under.
Right.
And then from here, you can just start touching.
Right.
Usually this is trapped.
Right.
So now you can
You're good. Right.
it's a longer, but it goes right to mount if you can't get the back. I like taking the back,
Right.
but for some reason I feel like it's my tough. I'll have to work on some of that. Like the
Josh was so fucking good. It was aggravated as hell. That's why I put Josh on my one. Now I know more with that stuff. He's sitting farther forward. I had too much base control. So probably me have stop the hips and everything back.
yeah. Yeah, I'll have to work on that. At least if I do get the arm, I'll have to work on that. Like pop.
Yeah,
To see if I can get them forward and then try to get my hips
I
down.
think for me the hardest part remember how to grab the arm from that. I'm not looking at the typical arm drag.
Yeah.
On the opposite.
Yeah.
I don't know how. You do the same thing if they go two on one for the belt. So I have a belt control for the break on, break.
Oh, here.
Pop up. So you can see how to pull that way. You step.
Yeah.
It's not here. Yeah. Yeah, I wonder why that, I mean, how the stiletto works with better is you get further out, so you see that like that.
Yeah.
That, I'm so far, sitting out, that's so Superman look on, I don't want.
Yeah, maybe instead of like forcing it, like the arm that way, yeah, where you keep your base, your arm's just trapped, pulling it forward leaves your base, extend it a little bit.
And that, you know, that might take care of the knee too, so that could. So when you take this hand really out here, I have to touch. I can't grab your leg.
Yeah, because here, yeah, you feel it already. Like here,
I can't tap, I can't defend your leg now, yeah. process of most wasn't as free. Sure, that'd be out there. I think that's what all the details we're talking about covered.
Yeah. No, that's good. I mean, it's definitely something I have to work on. Cause like for a while, I feel like I was fine, just scooting out. Like once I got a trap, scooting out and scooting around.
Right.
But then people obviously get upset with that a little bit.
Right.
And then it just gets annoying when you have it trapped.
Mm-hmm.
You start doing all that fucking climbing, and then the arm pops out, or
Right.
you just can't, for some reason, you can't get all the way around. They would put his hand back in.
Right. Right.
And that's why I started going to the pendulum too, because it was like,
It's definitely a solid option.
yeah, once it's trapped, it was just like reach.
Right.
And I'm up and mountain. It's like, all right, I didn't have to fight you.
Right.
Once that arm's trapped, it's over.
Well, good, because you've got video two options. You want back,
Yeah.
I go back, if it work well, I got plan B or loaded.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be perfect all the time flat.
And, yeah. I mean, if I could take the back, obviously it's the easier to scoot around.
Right.
I think it'll depend. Like you're saying, just where the arm ends up.
Mhm.
If I feel like
Right.
have those options.
It feels kind of weird, like that long drive grip. And that's trying to get that long drive grip, so long or other shit. You
Yeah.
usually go opposite, double weird.
I guess it's whatever grips you kind of get.
Yeah.
I would be like, however your grip, like,
Right,
that
right.
would cross grip.
Right.
You're like,
I'll take this.
yeah. Because sometimes your hand, that's why I think like half of, I think a lot of heat, honestly.
Mhm.
And the thing is, you know, like, but if you're going for like a stand up, and then you take like this, yeah, so I can't get this hand now
Right.
with like this, but so maybe here.
Right.
Now I'm cross grip, however you do this.
Right. That makes sense for sure.
But yeah, if you can take, like, you gotta put a grip like, half you can, I want the grip, and I like.
Right.
So,
There's
yeah, yeah.
all different ways, but
Yeah.
I guess you're going to however,
Yep.
however they fall, where you grab hold of.
Yeah, like if this is easier, if this is.
Right.
Yeah. So, but half of it's gonna be like grip. Like,
Yeah, absolutely.
What you're saying. So if you see it, it's like,
Yeah, mine's okay, right?
yeah. That's all.
Cut frame is an interesting one. I had close guard, I wish I never did frame close guard, I felt really hard to do close guard. Like, I went to marathon while it was still up. And he had to bail out, it's like mountain, he had to go somewhere. I got
Yeah,
enough
get
on
rid of it, yeah.
He had to get out of it, when I fucking out of the town for a second. Hey, fucking good year, he's fucking.
Yeah, like, all right.
Nice, what's happening now, right?
Now you got all of it there.
Yeah. Alright, what you wanna cover?
I was looking at some octopus guard stuff,
Okay.
but we'll see. So half guard.
Oh, by the way, I was using this more
Yeah,
intentionally.
they
wasn't
feel
I?
better?
It's definitely slowed down, have more contact.
Yeah.
I made it a point that, yep, I'm here. They fucking put the gauge.
Yeah, you're gonna have to like. I mean, you still like. It turns into like your half guard game has to get like completely changed. That way, it's like out, get your sweeps and all that.
Right,
stuff.
right.
But at least for the time being, like you said, the pass for that is a lot more difficult when you're engaged.
Step back.
Yeah, you can feel as soon as they're getting up. I mean, that's the hard part. Most people hate that enough.
Right.
That I think the progression from relatives fight through this. So they're just trying to pass, like going around.
Right.
And then the higher they get, they stand up. They don't want to play this game because it gets annoying. So then they'll
Right.
raise that leg.
Right.
Now you have to switch to reverse, or that's when I go into like my belly heel
Okay.
stuff. Usually I end up in reverse double finger here because as soon as they stand up,
That's.
this is loose again. This
Right.
is ready to be. So then I just take
Right.
the foot, get the watch, and pro hold and stuff
Right.
from here. But usually I go like reverse double finger and try and get them away from me.
Sure.
Set something else up.
Sure, sure. So, octopus.
So yeah, octopus, half guard. So then from here, the one entrance I saw is if you're fighting in cross face. So usually, yeah, normal frames. You can reach over your way. So you kind of just make like a little out. But it's normal, so you're here, so nothing's weird here.
Right.
You're just octopus, cross face.
Right.
You make a little bit of an two options, which is stay like this and then try and like fight through shit. Or you're gonna bring this hip down to my chest and switch. Yep. This seems to be the most common because you can feel like all your weight's down.
Right.
Here, it's belt grip to kind of keep you low.
Right.
If you can, knee. And then once you have these grips, I can switch to a butterfly. Traditional sweep.
Damn. Okay.
You come back. Over here. You go across X. The other thing is, the way that I usually end up practice is people try to switch their base like that, just normal, stuff like this.
Right.
So if you try to switch your base, that's just
You take it, yeah.
Yep. So that's if you don't have to force it. So once you get these grips, I can go in here. The other one is if you, so if I'm trying to take you this way, you come forward. Yep. I can take you overhead.
Okay.
So kind of reaction.
Yeah.
So this one I take you that way.
Right.
If you feel you don't want to go that way, you come forward, take you up.
Just use same butterfly.
Yep.
Frame and control the other way.
Yep. And then the last one I saw, I think, here, switch your hips, get heavy. Yep. Once I have these grips, I'll take this butterfly hook. Is if I can get you up, I can get this leg up there.
I'll take the back take. Oh, that's like,
Those were the three that I saw.
I think I like that. The one going this way, absolutely. The one going that way, I like the back take, I think better.
Yeah. I think you need the right feel. That's where that like forward one I think is going to be tough if your timing's wrong.
Right.
If you try and lift them up overhead, I think you're going to kill yourself if your guys moving that direction.
Right.
But if you can get that like, I'm trying to take you standard butterfly sweep almost.
Right.
As soon as you force yourself that way, if then I can hit it and roll over,
Right.
I think it'll be smooth.
Sure.
But without that movement,
Right, that load up.
it'll end up being wonky where you're like, oh shit. Yeah. Yeah, so you're walking cross face, which is pretty standard. Like I go in biceps. Yeah. Because I find that's easier to track. Yep. Yep. You can keep that frame if you want for a little bit. So keep, yep, back a little. And then almost keep that like as you lift over. Yep. Yep. And then that one hand grabs. This one's like back under. So like this one ends up just sliding all the way through. Like your swim. Yeah, so you like lift. Yeah. So but you can keep your frames like that, acts like to like here. Yeah, and then as you sit up, yep. You
I'm still coming out.
yeah. Yeah. So then these are the two options. So one, I'll say if I'm like this, you have like your standard kick bumps and stuff like that.
Right.
But most people will rotate. Yeah.
Right. So I just have to go flat.
Yep, because I don't want you to take me over
Right.
down the hip and start fighting this thing. Get your grips first. This is it.
I've got belt. Oh, I need to pull this.
Knee, if you like right on where my knee would bend. Yeah, I think that material.
Okay.
So the thing that I found is if you don't have your grips, I'd rather kind of like probably like go like that hand and then start putting this in.
Okay.
Try and keep, that's my biggest thing that I want to work on. Try and keep this so as you switch this butterfly hook, yeah, see how you're stopping it?
Yep.
If you put that to the floor,
Yeah, just put it out. Okay.
it's really nuancy, but it's something that I've tried to get this butterfly hook in so many times to get past.
Right.
Yep. Nice. Yep. So as I reach, yeah, look. We already
I
talked.
should roll with.
You roll with over
Right.
on that one.
So that's the one. How did you do go this way?
So
That butterfly.
yeah, your hook was good, and I was leaning too far forward, so you went.
I was
straight
over where you.
Yeah.
Sure. Sure.
So we're here. Lock this.
you go down.
I will go down.
Yep.
Butterfly hook here.
Yeah.
Is this your butterfly?
Yeah, it's butterfly there. Oh,
Yeah, I think you gotta end up.
so, if we're here.
Yeah.
I go this way.
Yeah, and you're blocked. Yep, and now you have your hook. So now when you go to the ground, it's okay. Yep. Because you have that, as long as you keep this in once you let that go,
Right.
then I think you're good. Because that's what, now see I'm trying to step back?
Right.
I'm good. Yep.
Back. Okay.
And that's the left. For that one.
Would it, I'm sure it's limited, would it work if I went the long way in that leg?
I don't know. You can try it. If you never release that, you're set.
Yeah. Yeah,
I think you have like the same lift, but it feels a little
it's
good.
limited.
Yeah.
If anything, I could try and get you back in close guard, lift you up. Try and get me back. Yeah, it's not gonna work, definitely range on. This is, I don't have enough range. Yep. Right over here, to the side.
Yep. So now you have your standard, like, oh, this is butterfly sweep, basically.
Right.
Yep. Lift that way, yep. And you just keep going that way. Yep. That way. Yep.
Right.
And then you can feel the other one, so I'll give you that forward again. So here. Just doing that. Switch my hips.
Yep. Take your time, get your grips. Boom. You know, let this foot out while you get your butterfly. Yep. So now you take me a little this way, but I say, no, no, no.
Nice. Perfect.
Yeah, that one feels good.
Timed well.
Yeah, that one feels good. It's functional jiu-jitsu. It's,
Yep. That one was smooth. That felt like the whole way. As soon as I gave you that, it was like I felt like super light.
you loaded it up, I just gotta respond to it.
Yep. And then you have the back take. So the back take, it's almost like that one, but you just load them up, so you can either just float slightly. This leg has to come under
Okay.
now because I'm up.
Okay.
So this one comes under and you shrug. You're already in my back. Like reverse.
Okay. Okay, I think we do that. They call it.
Yeah. So just, because that one will be stuck. See like this.
Right.
So here. Yep. You go up and over. I switch. And this is still down.
Yep.
But as soon as you get your butterfly done. Yep. Now lift. Yeah. Boom. And now reverse trim basically. Once you get that.
yeah.
So get your hips to face the other.
Yep. You're already to the back. This one's already in.
Oh, son of a bitch.
Yep. See?
Kind of.
Now I'm gonna try and get out like
Right.
here. That's
Now I
it.
gotta- now I gotta
As
switch.
soon as that light clears, you have the back. When you
Right.
switch. Yeah. So here, here. Switch. Back in. Now as soon as you get me, you have to get that leg. Yep.
Yep. You're
Oh,
into the
God
back.
damn. That one's gonna take, the other two seem much more intuitive.
Yep.
That one, I've gotta get my head around, like, I'm gonna do it.
Yep. Only difference, yeah.
Yeah,
The one you
okay.
let the guy do the work just one way or the other.
Right.
That one you have to do a little bit of work. You lift,
Right.
switch.
And it's wild.
But you're to the back like that.
Yeah, no, absolutely, absolutely. I was gonna make sure
Yeah. And then
I
this.
struggle with that shit a lot. My standing here still sucks. I'm gonna try and move this and move myself.
Yeah, sometimes. That's tough. The and then I guess just for sake of you haven't hit it before. So from here, if you have like here,
And they don't sit. That's where I was saying you have like a standard hip up here. So now I just
Oh,
cross
yeah.
my hip.
Okay.
That's a good one to just keep in your pocket,
Yeah.
just in case they don't give you that other reactions where they switch their heads.
Okay.
That's my standard, like, if I'm being no work involved.
Right.
as soon as I get up, push, and I'm up. First thing I'm gonna do is just
Drive on through it.
it's when they drop the hip that you start that other chain. I stay. Yep. Now just think of like your standard like Kimura hip bumps.
You want to hit right in the leg at all?
You don't have to. Sometimes you can grab like the foot, but you can reach like two hands almost and push the foot this way. Yeah. Yep. If you want. Usually though, if the guy's not like reactor, you can straight up get right here. I just throw my hip in and just turn. Yeah. Yeah. Boom. See, like this is posted out.
Yeah.
I'm just building height,
Right.
and then from here, like if I take the belt or not, I'm just gonna throw it in the
Right.
hip. Now the thing here is, you play out during that.
Pretty observation in this work.
Yep, clear your foot.
Yeah.
If you don't, you
No.
end up in octopus like.
The other way around.
Yeah, we're both gonna keep going. So
Right.
usually during transition, so go ahead and get up over your height. Do that hip bump. So clear that foot.
This one?
Yep. Out this way. Yep.
Out to the
In the
side.
side. As soon as you're like during that sweep.
Right.
That's the biggest key. If you don't, it's not the end of the world, but be ready because you're gonna end up in the octopus for the other person. Most people, fortunately enough, don't play that. So, yeah. So as I swing and we're hitting this way, I throw this out.
Fix that back.
Yep.
Okay.
And that's it. And the easiest way for me to remember it is you know you're gonna end up in octopus.
Right.
So when you're the one doing the sweep, I'm like, I don't want the guy to do the same thing I just did.
I didn't see that until you sweat me. We're saying, this feels exactly the same damn thing. I take a hook and we're here again.
Yeah, they laugh about it because sometimes you'll see people and they hit like boom, 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 and you're just like rolling across. The butterfly one you won't, but
Right.
you'll end up out.
Right.
Yeah, I think it's just out. I'm not gonna go back to it. Yeah. So the hip bum's pretty. Yeah. So here, a lot of people who I guess don't like the reverse. See, because like here, I feel like they can try and drive me down.
Right.
So people do that.
Right.
And then that's when you just bump your hips straight in. Yeah. Yeah, you're just gonna go like knock me backwards. Hip over my elbow. Yep. So now I can't do the same thing. Yeah.
When I would do a hip bump, you were on your hand.
Yeah.
I feel like I couldn't get more than on my elbow.
Yeah, once you get here, yeah, just try and build that height up like almost towards them.
Okay.
If you try and build it out here, it's a little wonky.
Right.
So I usually, once I get here, I'm trying to scoop as low to their hips as possible.
Okay.
Here, letting crossfit. Yeah. See, you're up.
Yeah. It's just-
Yeah, I'm going.
Okay. Okay. That makes sense. Because that was natural. That's right
Yeah.
there. But like I said, it's not enough elevation anymore. So going that way. So you get that drop. Okay.
Yeah, and then now my hips start coming over, like my own butt, and then as you're going that way, it's that same like dog fight scene.
Right, right.
Where when you try and knock someone just over like this, their face get over their own butt.
Alright.
But it's good, and I'm saying, yeah, with octopus, like I was saying, you'll see sometimes people just get annoyed with this.
Mhm.
So that's what I was saying. Even if this is down, sometimes people get annoyed with this, so they'll switch their hips on their own. Yeah, and as soon as they do, just put this under. I just put this under and let you go.
Okay.
You do it to yourself,
Sure, yeah, absolutely.
and then you can just work from here.
Right.
Get your grips right on. And then, like I said, I'll give you the feel of that back step.
Right.
See.
Right.
So if you, when you're reaching for this now back step,
Yeah, it can happen.
yeah. But I do the same. I've done this a million times and gotten past. I'm here. you start pushing on this like knee. Yep, because you want to clear that.
Right.
I put this down to mount, back step, whatever.
Right.
You have to keep this one
That tension.
kind of enough
Right.
that this can get in.
Right.
And then let it go.
It all makes perfect sense after I remember to see it do it. So we get a beam shield. Kept the frames up. Go usually a time go the switch there.
Yeah, usually with the knee shield gone. Yeah, so once this knee shield's gone, maybe you're annoying the shit out of me here.
Right.
And I'm like, right, this is pretty standard. This is that knee.
Right.
Knee up. Clear.
Right.
But here I want you flat.
Right.
If you know I'm going to switch, like as you feel the switch, so we're here, as you feel the switch, yep, you're already getting, so now I'm not as, right, I don't have you flat now.
Right.
You're actually an octopus here. So now as I go to hip switch, you have all the shit available.
I keep getting Tom and others in a half guard like position and I lose it a lot. I'm trying to be active and find that confidence card.
Yeah. Be active. Yeah, I said if you can get in that secure half guard, that's when things like open up. That's usually like the stuff that I wait for. I get here and maybe I lost the knee shield. Then I'll just sit and just keep the crossface.
Right.
Like without this, you don't have many options.
Right.
And then that's why I find that a lot of people feel that the knee shield's down. They know that pass. It's the pass, go ahead and switch your hips. Yep, get higher. Yep.
Which I think would happen to me often.
Normal,
Right.
absolutely normal path.
Right.
But so as I feel you start rotating,
Right.
I just accept it, and I'm already up. I'm
Right.
way high. I've built a ton of height.
Right.
I'm on your hips.
Right.
Whereas if you beat me to it, as far
Right.
as like I don't know the like the octopus, I'm flat. Yep.
Right.
Now you're not gonna let me turn. Yeah. Like,
Right.
I can't build the same height.
Right.
Now I'm holding on, and now I'm trying to reach here. Maybe I can try, but like look how
Yeah,
high you
it's
are.
going to be hard for me.
Yeah, you're
it's
on
not
my-
undoable. It's not undoable. But it's going to be much harder.
Yeah, you're on my sternum now, like across. That's where you want to be, and I'm flat.
Right.
This is not so much octopus of me actually
Right.
getting past
Yeah.
it.
This versus this.
Yep.
Little difference. It's not that fucking far. It's a huge difference.
Yeah, that's where like this comes in.
Right.
This belt grip.
Yeah. Keeps me from.
Because now, yeah, you're like wherever. Yeah, you're kind of just like, yeah, using it as like a little bit of a frame. Every time you try and come up, I'm just like forcing you down. Because there's a sweep. What I was saying is if you have this knee shield, so go ahead and start like switching your hips slow. I can take you overhead, and that's like slow motion.
Right.
If the knee shield.
Yeah, I wouldn't consider this. Me personally, I wouldn't consider this.
Yep. But
It
people.
just doesn't seem like a viable option.
Yeah. I don't know if you can get it without that knee shield. So as you hip switch, basically what you do is you take this, so go ahead and start hip switching, and you force it as close as possible. Yeah. But I think it's easier when you have the leverage of like the knee.
Yeah, we just support the weight on the
Yeah.
knee better.
And you can roll better. Whereas like when your knees got is kind of wonky like, on my head and everything.
Right.
Like this just doesn't feel this out. With this in it feels easier.
Wrong. Do that, you're grabbing this thing.
No, the opposite.
Look at the
You
opposite.
keep their momentum. So as I reach this over,
Mhm.
you keep swinging this as close to my hip as possible.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so once you see this start coming over, you basically just keep pushing it. You're like, okay,
Okay,
perfect, keep
okay.
going. And then as it keeps going, instead of being like here in a neutral spot,
Right.
it ends up
Tuck it or whatever.
here.
Yeah. Okay, and
Yep. And that's why you have those options. That's where, if we go into like half, those are kind of the things you're trying to recognize.
Right.
If this comes out, and you just know that, or I guess if this is in, that's where I leave it. And you see they're kind of struggling, and they start doing like, they're gonna go this way, you can keep going with that. Yeah. Well, you can push it down too. As it comes around, yeah, you keep forcing it down. And then you basically tuck. You would like load me up onto this knee and everything. Yep, and go. Yep. That's the general. But what you're watching for is that.
Yeah, that wide open twist.
And you can see that's where you can go into octopus or not.
Right.
So here, but you'll see either people clear this and you'll start seeing, you'll see a lot of times it's just the thinking going on. So I'm here and then all of a sudden I'll be like, yeah, as soon as I start thinking this way, you can try to roll, or if you see me start thinking that way, that's where you want to reach this under and go to octopus. Yeah, beat me up. As soon as you're up, that's much better. Because if you don't, go ahead and let it go. When you don't, this is the difference, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And you can feel, this doesn't feel the same.
No, nothing.
Even if you take your grip over the back, yeah, take the bells or whatever.
Right. Yeah, you being high gave you the flat. This is a completely different.
Yep, but now if you knew it was coming, yep, and now you're off
Right.
to like where you want to be.
Right. I can see that. That forward.
Yeah, so that one's with knee shield. So then if they try and switch to like beat this, as I'm trying to switch, you already have me where you want. You just load me up on that. Yeah, and you just get ready to roll.
Grab this.
Yeah, you can force this down. Yep, and I go up and over.
The thing is, your folks are trying to find that octopus.
Find the octopus. That one, like I said, that I wouldn't focus on much. That's like that's really a timing one.
Right.
I usually
Yeah, no,
find
it
that if
definitely
this
feels
is
like-
in, as soon as they start spinning, I just start rolling.
Right.
I just go left.
Right.
Just roll.
Right.
But that's why I think finding an octopus is easier, because as soon as they go from that switch, if you're like teams over here,
Right.
you go to switch, I can just reach this up there. Yeah. Now we're here.
Yeah.
And now we're here. And yeah, you can fight back or whatever. As long as yeah, I know exactly what I'm on.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just this way, forward, just elevating.
Probably having that elevation back to come into place when you start stalling.
Yeah, you feel it. So go ahead, go
Yeah, well,
ahead.
I just felt it just now.
Yeah.
How do I keep you from taking it? Okay, good, well, neutral, close this way, or not close this way, fuck, I'm back.
Yep. Without finishing any of the moves, I'll give you all the like different. So you can do like your standard entrance. Yep. So I'll give you. If I was leaning back, take the grips. Yep. If I'm leaning back. Yep. You can feel reach forward. I'm leaning forward. Yep. I'm stalling. I don't want to move.
Right. God damn it. That is so fucking elegant.
I think it'll work on. Surprisingly, that one works on a lot
Oh,
because
sure.
people don't play that a lot.
Right. Well, it'll work on some blue belts because they're starting to learn more the hip switch when they use it.
Yep.
So knowing that's coming and having a possible solution for it is the difference.
Yeah, because I think you're gonna see probably if you go versus like leg up, they're gonna stay in that hip pump one.
Right.
They won't switch their hips. They just see you come up and then they're kind of like, I'll drive you back down
Right. Right.
and reestablish the use. I think you could do the same back thing. So if we end up, I think, if we end up here and you don't switch your hips, but I think you have to like get this foot over, let that out, and you have to lift this.
Yeah, it must be wonky as fuck.
Yeah. There's like a lot, I think you have to like rock them forward and use this one as a hook on the outside.
Right.
Lift that knee and bring it out to do that.
Why bother? Just to take a good one.
Yeah, just there's tons from there.
Sure.
One or the other, I think. Two, just so. I guess it's boom. Come back over with I'm just making sure.
Right. Got four.
Yep, and finish your stuff. Or go ahead and reach. Or double two-hand here, and I can just keep forcing.
Right.
I like the Kimura from there.
Oh yeah.
But as soon as they put it here, wrist, and then you're like, oh no, I'm falling. Back over.
Oh.
Yeah.
Feel that?
Yep. So take, come back up, before I drive you down. Yeah. That hand. Yep, over. Yep. And then that. Yep. So you just secure that wrist. Not before you fall. Because what I'm trying to do, go back down. Yeah, I'm just gonna try to keep you.
Just like that.
See, yeah.
That's all you want, yeah.
Yeah. And I'm like, yeah, it's perfect.
Right.
But if you can secure that almost like before you fall. Like, yeah.
Right.
Now I just found myself in a huge problem.
Right. And that's, I've got to be aware that it beats you to that pressure.
Yeah.
I got to stay my elbow long enough to get a hold of that hand. So when I give up the elbow, I'm set for it.
Yeah. And I think the best thing to do is just don't worry about that arm as far as don't let him take that.
Right.
First and foremost, finish your sweep, finish your arm twist like. So as soon as you get up and over, if you feel it kind of reach, I just keep kind of like,
Right.
like don't let him over.
Yeah.
If you find that it made it over before you were thinking, that's where you can take it.
Right.
So, hand out.
Right. Okay. That makes sense.
Otherwise, you still like the two-hand one, basically just like here and here, and you just push it like a corner. I didn't go back to the kid. So their hand ends up here, which is two hands.
So if I keep it over the top.
Yeah. So if you can't get over the top, so I'll see it in. You cross legs. Yeah. So here, basically, I have just two hands.
Right.
Here. It turns almost like.
Sure.
Yeah.
There.
But it gives me enough leverage
Does.
to do what I need
Does.
to do. But the easiest thing without like loading too many techniques is someone reach the arm over.
Well, yeah.
So,
Yeah.
feel. Yeah, see how you can feel when I start.
Right.
As long as you keep that, you should be able to finish any of the sweep, the hip up sweep or anything.
That's why I keep my shoulder. I use my shoulder to engage. I have my hands all the way down here doing nothing.
Yeah.
I need to be right there.
Yeah, it's always the moment you forget about it, like you
Of
just
course.
did for a second,
Of
that
course.
someone reaches over to do something wrong.
Right.
And here you should be able to just yeah. But it's okay. Here, I think just be aware that I have it, so don't let me build height. That's usually what I do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Here, or if you are going to switch your hips, get high. Yeah. Like this is fucked
Yeah.
for me. You're in my armpits now.
You're fine, yeah.
Those are all the like nuances prior to getting the switch without playing the leg.
Okay. Crossways, just switching to high.
Yeah. You know where you're going as soon as you hit that hip bump, so just pay attention to like, maybe they know octopus, maybe they don't.
Right.
If you're gonna go into that,
Right.
ideally, legs clear.
Sure.
If not, yeah, cross face, high.
Right.
Just don't let them get up again.
Right. Maybe flat.
Yep.
Twist. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. It's a pretty good. That's the one I want to work on, that butterfly one, because again, I think the biggest thing I run into is letting this fall,
Right.
trying to slide this in, and they're falling.
Sure.
And then you feel like an idiot.
Right.
Like I just
I get it.
completely let it up.
Right.
But if you can keep this locking, well, you find that hook. I think
I might be able to do that more often and better after our conversation and stuff than just after our being up on like the game.
yeah.
That might be a little more natural as time goes on. Now, Wednesday night, leg engage. No dead leg.
Yeah.
Do something.
Hopefully it helps.
Something.
It helps.
No, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's slowed down. There's several times where they try to clear the leg and step out and walk right back where they were. They couldn't clear.
Yeah.
But yeah, here.
Nice. Good.
Gary and I it was never a dominance one way or the other. It was constantly a struggle to get a position established.
Yeah.
Which for me was fun. Gary's a lot better than I am by a long shot. And for him,
Yeah, he's like a couple strike footballs on that, I think, so, yeah.
for him not to be in a great position to do submissions, that was fun. I'll take that.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the biggest thing is you're winning. I think you should think you're winning that half guard when they stand up.
Right.
You made them switch. I mean, that's kind of the end of it, and that's what most people are going to pass like to the higher belt ticket.
Right.
Like I said, take reverse Belladima maybe, and then kick them away, and then go to a like guard you like, but that turns into stand up.
Right. Right.
I think you can switch to like.
I don't know if you can go to like a shin on shin, but yeah, so
Stand
you're,
up.
yeah. So as they stand up, that's why I take like this.
Right.
You possibly, if you are like kick them away,
Could come up to
Yeah,
your
you
shin
create
on
enough
shin
space
if you
to
create
follow.
enough space.
Right.
but that's where you have to be a little cautious because as this first leg comes up, if you don't establish like a good hit, start trying to come up. Yeah, they just drive through and pass everything.
Right.
So just don't rush anything.
Right.
That's where like reverse Belladima for me is like a little bit of a stall. As soon as I start seeing them stand up, that's why I stand up.
Right.
Technique.
Right.
So then I'll take that. But get him away.
Right.
Usually if I can switch up a little bit.
Right.
But I would consider it like mostly a win when
Yeah.
they get annoyed enough to be like, I'm not passing. If they pass on their knees, curse you, you fuck something up.
Right.
They should have at least stand up or do a little bit more.
Right.
technique.
I got you.
For standard half guard, I don't know. I think we've maybe talked about it. You've seen the like John Wayne sweep.
What's the name? I may have seen it, I'm sure, but the name is I can get it.
Just as like this is and again I would consider it like one of the like not crazy, pretty straightforward. If you hit it, cool. If not, who cares technique? Almost like a flower like we're talking. You just grab here, and all of it is get rid of this post. So not this post is not. You just get your hips under yours.
Sweet.
Nothing to like not keep your standard half guard. So yeah, so you can bring this knee shield down. Yeah, think about like just pinching the knees here, and now with nothing else, just bring your knees that way. Try and roll. Yep. And now feel how it's harder from here, so try and bring your knees down.
Yeah.
Now get under as much as you can. Get your knees under. Yeah. Now try and like rotate. Yeah. Yeah, and if you want, you could take like knee, yeah, like some sort of, yeah, like leg grip. Just rock the hips. Yeah, don't even think about like lifting. Just think if your hips don't get me to move, this is just to block the post, and this is just to help you a tiny bit.
Right.
Yep. See, forward and then to the side. You should work that one because that's like I think it's one of the like for me it's one of the
And you
we're
say
just here
you get pitch close, you're looking to come down or just get more center on?
under you. I want to get my hips under.
Okay.
So again here.
Right. Okay.
See? I'm not don't know anything. This leg grip, nothing.
Right. Hey, you get your knee under my ass.
Yep. But so then as soon as I take this,
Right. Off the right now.
that's the motion you want to get good at because then the rest is just like tiny walk the hand. Boom. But it's a good standard half guard. Like no knee shield even. Here, I'm just walking, whatever. I'm just sliding back. We're still fighting and you're saying, okay, he's not doing anything. And then if I get this grip, or maybe you reach, you're reaching down here. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, the path is active or closed. Yeah, or fighting around here, whatever. Yeah, as soon as you're there, all you need to do is find that hand to make sure I don't go. Yeah, even there. don't like playing half guard, look for that sweep.
Right.
And again, I'll show you a miss. Who gives a shit?
Right. That's not a big deal. Yeah.
Again, it's not a risky.
Right.
I'm not going butterfly hook.
Right.
And like you get out, yeah, you leave.
Right.
Literally, the worst thing that happens is you don't have your knee shield.
Right.
And I go,
Right.
oh fuck.
Yeah. No, I got you.
So it's a nice, like, safe.
Low risk.
Yeah. That's why I equated it a little bit to that flower sweep. You miss a flower sweep, you don't end up like full mounted or
Right.
passed.
Right.
You just end up going. That was nothing. You know, like.
No, it's bad. I don't know why. I don't know that I've been shown, to be honest with you. I've heard name.
Yeah, I think people call it like, I've heard it called like the giggle sweep or something like that, because it's so comically funny to basically do.
Right.
But other than that, I think it's mostly I heard called just the John Wayne sweep. But
I've relied on a knee shield as a defense on its own too much, too long now. I think I need to get up on that knee shield for a little while and play more of an out guard and learn those techniques.
Yeah.
Use knee shield later on, reestablish work from there. But right now, we just need to get the knee shield together and work on an out guard and get off the guard or sleep or something.
Yep.
more
Just switch.
active.
And you can bait so many people into that John Wayne with your knee shield. So while we're here, find your grips. This one's in reverse, so I'm trying to dig in a knee position. You're fighting while they're pressuring.
Right.
And if you find your grip, you drop it
Okay.
and shoot your hips under. So we're here like this.
Right.
I find. Now as I throw this, see how I
Oh,
slide?
yeah.
So we're here, you're far away,
Right.
you can't, you know, you're like, oh fuck this guy and his knee shield.
Right.
And as you want to come through the knee shield, I throw it through and get my hips at my grip.
Yep. Follow before you get there.
Yep.
Okay.
So you can still use the knee shield. Again, like I think the knee shield's like a little bit of like stally
Right.
until you find what you want.
I've used it like a crutch too much. That's why when I say when I probably need to get half guard and not use the issue of with that crutch and start evolving the other shit that I haven't used.
Yep. No crossface. Like I would say rule 1 through 1,000. Use no fucking crossface.
Right.
When you play half guard, if you have knee shield, no knee shield, let this go. Any of this turns into any of the like
Yeah. It's all fun.
here, near side with your head,
Right.
like all that, but the cross faces, yeah. As long as you prevent this, there's not a ton.
God damn it.
There's just
brilliant.
there's just not a lot I can do. And you'll feel that most people get pissed off at this.
Right.
I can always tell when they start getting so they reach over.
Right.
And I think I'm winning.
Right.
I'm like, hell yeah, you're so screwed.
Right.
Yep, keep this. Yep.
That didn't work where I wanted to, but
Yeah. So
it's a better spot to be in.
So you get that, yeah. I mean, just take your stand there, yeah, take your grips and go butterfly. But definitely, like, it's a nice, cool one. No fucking crossface.
Right.
And I think from there, so much stuff
Right.
opens up.
Well, finding that crossface gives the opportunity for Oculus guard.
Yeah.
That struggle for it makes the Oculus guard fall in place.
Yeah, and then you're like, all right, thanks, cool.
Yeah. As you know, I wasn't. Yes, we talked about Oculus guard. You're showing me how overpowering the crossface in the position. They just naturally just fell in place.
Yeah. Everyone will reach for that.
Sure.
It's like I said, I don't even know really like if I was to stay in half guard to try and pass, I'm going to switch my hips. I'm going to crossface you.
Right.
If you don't give me the crossface, that leaves switching my hips
Right.
or leaving it.
Right.
And that's why I said like take your wins if you see people trying to leave your half guard
strong
battle,
enough.
but now work on your guard retention because you're gonna have to work a new guard.
Right, right.
That's mostly what. Those are like the things, the three that I found.
Right.
They switch their hips, they cross face you, or they do.
Right. That'd be perfect.
Not much else where they pass because I fucked up.
Right. That's
Hopefully you don't want that one to. Yeah, hopefully you don't want that one to happen. But you'll feel that momentum
Yeah.
every single time.
Right. No, I felt that pressure, that fight for the crossface, that gives me an opportunity to just swing the knee. It's,
Yep. Set up those grips,
yeah.
and you're good. And yeah, then just once you have your grip set, I think you can feel that pressure.
Right.
I go with that standard. Just try and butterfly them.
Right.
Hopefully they don't know anything,
Right.
and as soon as you start going this way, hopefully they just take over.
Right.
But then definitely my second will probably be if they force themselves forward.
Right.
I'm just gonna keep going. Yep. The other one will be if they probably know enough to saw it,
Right.
like we were doing, where
Right.
then you're like,
Right. And again, it's why I did wrong. I had the elevation, but I didn't give it myself. I tried to do you and then myself.
yeah, and you're gone because this hook is
Yeah,
back hook already.
It's loaded, ready to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All you gotta do is get this out and around.
Right. Got new hips.
Yeah.
Got new hips. Got new hips.
Yeah. Yeah, it should be good. It should be like work that half guard game a little bit. I think it's for me. It's like it's usually safer than closed as far as like knee pressure and like people getting up and stuff like that. So if people want to play it, like find like one or two things like that John Wayne,
Right.
where you're like, all right, fuck it,
Right.
I'll look for the John Wayne. If I don't get it, we just stay in half. They don't ever let you cross face me.
Right.
And sometimes people fight so hard that you find time to free this leg and just go to close guard.
Right.
I've done that where you're sitting in here, we fought so long in this shit that like this leg is already okay. Like I have the room, you're not sure what you want to do.
Right.
You're starting to be like, I don't know what the fuck to pass here.
Right.
Then you just sneak this out.
Right.
So we're close guard for the fucking right. Or first frustrating bit.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think I'm gonna start trying to play a half guard. I keep finding little techniques or positions to try and work at for a while.
Yeah.
See, I feel a lot more comfortable doing that thing. Half guard. See how it works out. I tried doing the headquarters.
Headquarters is tough. It's a passing position
I
again.
can't get myself in the right position to play it.
Yeah.
Half guard, I give myself a half guard a lot. So I guess it's really time to go through and make it best for half guard.
Yeah, that's really what I started with. I feel like when I came back and started here, it was like, where do I think I'll have the most opportunity to work? And it was
Right.
half guard.
Right.
People are passing.
Right.
People are everything. You go from close guard, you go from side. I can just barely reach.
Right. Now you gotta get.
Okay, I'm in half guard. And then most people, like we say, that's like winning, right? Like half the technique from like outside, like getting to half.
Right.
If you don't know what the you're doing from there, what the hell is the difference?
That's right.
So for me, that was like, well, this is like home base. That's as good as close guard for me. I'm like, all right.
Trying to remember how it is, but I must find myself doing it.
Yeah, that's like
There's plenty of ways to get in half guard from side from that way.
yeah. And I'm just thinking like you're just flailing basically. It's like
Right.
a reach. Like sometimes you get like just enough frames
Yeah.
that you can like
Slow them down. And
yeah, or they like lift their leg.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you just barely with like your toes can grab the like thigh.
Right. Right. Draw back in.
Yep. And then you're like, all right, well, you're basically in like my close guard or something like that.
Right.
You know enough about half guard. You're like, cool.
Right.
Good luck to you, sir. Like I'm not giving you a crossface, and now you have to like fight through something that I practice, octopus,
Right.
like all these sweeps, all these submissions, all that.
Right. All right. Thank you, Kyle. Appreciate it a lot.
Yeah, for sure. And I'm always down to like, probably definitely keep working on like that one, because that's like I had just seen those butterfly hook ones. I knew that they existed, but I
Right.
kept getting past that. I never worked those.
Right.
But I think the trick is to keep that right leg, or upper bottom like active enough that they don't backstab you.
That motion of picking that butterfly, of bringing the toes in,
I found myself using that in other places more often. Instead of trying this big weird knee movement to get the foot in there, now just hold toes up towards me and slide it in there.
Yep.
I find that more and more useful.
And you've been hitting those butterfly sweeps just from like normal, so I think that'll be a smooth transition.
I hope so.